We're going to evaluate this integral from 1 to 4 of radical x minus 2 over x squared. All right, so we can do a couple things here. We can split this up, okay? So the integral of 1 to 4 of, let's just convert this to x to the 1/2, right? Because we only use a power rule, it makes it a lot easier. Minus the integral of 1 to 4. Same thing with this guy. We'll write that as 2x to the negative second power, okay? We can split it up, or we can just do it all in one shot, right? It doesn't really matter, okay? So what does the power rule for integrals say, right? X to the 1/2, right? So, right, if we want to find the integral of x to the n, that's going to be x to the n plus 1 divided by n plus 1, okay? So in this case, now we do end up with some fractions. In this case, we get a negative, but you know, that's okay. We can deal with that, right? So we get x to the 3/2 over 3 over 2. Okay, and then minus, in this case, you got to be careful, right? So the 2 does come in front. Okay, so we get 2. Now, negative 2 plus 1 is negative 1 all over negative 1. Okay, and we're going to evaluate this from 1 to 4. Okay, so let's rewrite this a little bit differently. Remember, dividing by 3 over 2 is the same as multiplying by 2/3. So I can rewrite this as 2x to the 3/2 over 3. Here, the plus minus minus cancels out to get a plus. X to the negative first, that's 2 over x, right? So I'm going to evaluate this from 1 to 4. Okay, so let's go ahead. We'll plug the 4 in here. So we get 2 times 4 to the 3/2 power over 3 plus 2 over 4. Right? That's what we get by plugging the 4 in here. Minus, now we got to plug the 1 in here, right? 1 to the 3, okay, that just becomes 2, right? And then plus 2 right there. Yeah, I'll just leave it as 2. Doesn't matter. 2 over 1. And now we got to do a little bit of algebra here. What is that? What is 4 to the 3/2 power, right? Well, that's the square root of 4 to the 3rd power, which is just 8. Okay, so what did that give us? It gives us 8 times 2, so 16 over 3 plus 1/2 minus 2/3 plus 2. Okay, we can deal with that minus a little bit later here, right? So, okay, 16 over 3 minus 2/3 is 14 over 3. And then 1/2 minus 2, that's just negative 3/2. So from here, we do have to get the LCD. In this case, the LCD is 6. So I'll multiply that by 2. I'll multiply that by 3 here, right? So what do we get? We get 28 over 3 minus 9 over 3, which gives us our final answer of 19 over 3, right? This is the definite integral. It's the area beneath the curve of this graph from x equals 1 to x equals 4.